After the incident, the news of Dine Empire's battle against Jinchi Daiping has spread all over the world. Such a cute little fox. Do you want to adopt one? It can eat, drink, and act cute. Just a few days ago, as a princess of Tushan, she was too cute, was hunted and taken home by Jiang Chen. He wanted to try braised fox, but because she was too skinny and had no meat, so Jiang Chen decided to raise her up and steam her. But the house was too cold. There was no meat, so he could only feed the fox vegetarian. After a few days, the little fox's life was quite comfortable. For him, it not only has food and drink, but also improve his cultivation. In his spare time, he can also bask in the sun. Except for seeing Jiang Chen, it still occasionally gets angry. This made Jiang Chen feel depressed. Is it because he always gets jealous? So he decided to go hunting to improve his diet. After all, he hadn't eaten meat for a long time. If he encounters a pheasant or a hare, I could marry it. So he left the little fox to watch the house, and he went out. But he didn't know that. Just the vegetarian food these days helped the little fox recover from his injuries. Now it has even reached the realm of supernatural powers. It's only one step away from condensing the demon pill. Yes, just then, the little fox found that. Its butt suddenly became so big. When it looked back, it was me who disappeared. A burst of blood power was uncontrollably gushing out. And suddenly, a seventh tail grew. Seeing this scene, the little fox was shocked. Legend has it that the oldest ancestor of the fox clan has 9 tails. Not only were they powerful, but also terrifying bloodline. They are called the 9-tailed fox due to a shocking war in ancient times. Tushan was hit hard and was finally conquered by a certain great demon, resulting in the descendants of Tushan never rising. It's abandoned as Yusheng. Nowadays, the foxes in Tushan, the strongest bloodline is only their 6-tailed, and the fox emperor only has 5 tails. I heard from the ancestors of the fox clan, now it's a miracle that he can have his 6 tails. It's a miracle that has lasted tens of thousands of years, but now he has grown a 7th tail. Could it be that the expert, the food he gave himself every day, stimulated my bloodline? So that's it. The expert didn't want me to be, but to help me awaken my bloodline, planned to go out. Thinking of this, he suddenly realized, could it be that all this was because of the expert? So he decided to wait for the expert to return as human. Promise herself to thank the expert for his kindness. Just then, he suddenly thought of something. The senior did this. Didn't want to be known by others. If he turned into a human, the senior would definitely drive him away. Otherwise, he would never eat those foods again. In order to stay with the senior, he could only continue to maintain his original form. Only in this way can it continue to evolve. At that time, she will be the first to break the curse and evolve into a 9-tailed fox woman, because she awakened the bloodline of the immortal phoenix. She was jealous by her scheming sister, so she decided to follow her quietly to find out. When she saw her sister walking alone to a remote place, she thought there must be something fishy. No wonder she has been absent-minded these days. And when she saw her sister's face with a look of laughter, the elder sister was shocked. Could it be that she has fallen in love with a mortal? She had just awakened, Musa Phoenix, and became his direct disciple with a bright future. If she is delayed by a mortal man, it would be completely. Thinking of this, he decided to eliminate this consequence in advance. So she got up and walked towards the wooden house. He wanted to see which mortal was so bold. The moment his footsteps stepped in, a powerful breath swept out. The whole yard was shaking. Shaking you. His cultivation of golden core 8th layer. He couldn't resist the power of the yard. At this moment, he was sweating profusely. This is the supreme existence. The real supreme existence. At this moment, a man came over and said, "Guest, welcome." Welcome. Seeing Zhang Cheng's harmless smile, Mu Yu Huang trembled with fear. She had heard that some terrifying people, they like to disguise themselves as ordinary people. They look harmless. This person is a pervert. Looking at the formation in the yard and the array in the room revealed a powerful force. Even the little fox next to him is from Tushan. And judging from his aura, and his bloodline and status should not be low. At this moment, he was already very sure. This person is a pervert. He likes to find some geniuses to make them fall, and then keep them as slaves. Seeing Mu Yu Huang's terrified expression, Zhang Chen gritted his teeth in anger. Does he look so scary? Out of courtesy, he still handed him a glass of water. The guest has come from afar. Have a glass of water first. Seeing Mu Yu Huang's terrified expression, Zhang Cheng reminded the guest helplessly again. Don't worry, it's not poisonous. Hearing this, Mu Yu Huang was terrified. He kept comforting himself in his heart. She is the saint of the rainflower sacred land. She has seen all kinds of scenes. At this moment, Zhang Chen reminded him again. You're almost dead. Looking at the water handed over, Mu Yu Huang's face instantly became serene. What if he couldn't resist the power of this glass of water? Wouldn't he be kept as a sex slave? Could she finally escape this fate? Can you believe it? To improve their cultivation, these twin sisters, they even tied themselves up with chains. Just now, the younger sister came to a small courtyard in the wilderness, was followed by her scheming sister, seeing her sister go in for a long time. So the elder sister followed her in quietly. But she never expected that as soon as she stepped in, she was discovered by the owner of the yard. The visitor was a smiling commoner. Seeing the guest coming from afar, he politely handed her a glass of water. But in Mu Yu Huang's eyes was a different picture. Thinking that she was a dignified leftover woman, I was stung by a glass of water. Just drink it. At worst, if something happens. She just needed to escape from here as soon as possible. So he took courage and took the water glass. What's going on? There was no adverse reaction. At this moment, he was confused. Seeing this scene, Zhang Chen was angry. He thought that these dressed monks in front of him are all mentally ill. Then he asked the girl why she came to his place. After learning that she came to see his sister, after a conversation, Zhang Chen also understood the reason for the incident. Then he told him. Lu Yunhong just came to him to ask some questions about stone carving. He then took out various stone carvings to introduce and asked if he wanted to buy some. Mullah Hong was shocked when he saw these stone carvings. His face also changed greatly. Just a casual glance. There was an infinite power, as if they wanted to penetrate into his body. Although he really wanted to. But how could he be seduced by these to meet him, dissatisfied with the stone carvings? Zhang Chen took out another ink painting and started laughing. As soon as he said this, Mu Yu Huang's eyes lit up with stars. The moment he saw the painting, her origin power actually stopped moving. It was like Buqi something. At this moment, Mu Yu Huang was not surprised. This person is too terrifying. Even knew that his Hanyu Emperor body was himself. How did he do it? This person and this painting are too terrifying. At this time, Mu Yu Huang hesitated to accept the other's words. he would fall into the trap of the other party. Trap. If he completes his own power, his future cultivation will be smooth sailing. In this way, wouldn't I become his prisoner? The twin sisters sacrificed themselves to exchange for treasures. They sacrificed themselves. Seeing her sister find a master to exchange for the treasure, the jealous sister also went there. After the master took out a landscape painting, the elder sister's excited heart began to waver. She wanted to get the painting, but she didn't want to sacrifice herself. Then she accidentally saw a keyboard nearby. She thought this was the thing of the fifth prince of Dayan. It was used by him to refine his sword. How could this thing appear here now? Could it be that the fifth prince of Dayan also made a deal with him? Knowing herself. Has a promising future. Recently, Ji Xuan has been favored by the emperor, and he is likely to become the next emperor of Dayan. He made a deal with these two. Could it be that the person in front of him is planning something? Now with me, he is going to turn all the geniuses of the current cultivation world into his own pocket. Not only that, I heard from the top management of the Holy Land, the Dainan dynasty seems to be preparing for the Golden ROC Pavilion. All of this, all happened after the fifth prince's birthday gift. Could it be that this person is the mastermind behind all this? Not only did he control the great power, but also manipulated all the contemporary geniuses. In this way, myself and my sister would become his puppets to play with. Thinking of this, a cold sweat broke out on his forehead. In order to prevent himself and his sister from being his playthings, he must stop him no matter what. So he came to Zhang Chen and he claimed that he liked this flower very much. Since he didn't bring money, he took off the ticket to exchange. Although the barter made Zhang Chen helpless, but when he saw the flower on the hairpin, he thought it should be valuable. With the glass beads his sister gave him before, sure enough, the female cultivator was generous. Unlike the previous one, who looked like a rich young master, actually used a toy sword to impeach himself. When they come again next time, he must take advantage of them. The younger sister of the twin sisters was followed by her sister, because she suspected her sister had an affair. Facing her sister's questioning, the elder sister told her that place was very dangerous, very, and warned her sister she would never be allowed to go there again, because in that wooden house there lived the most terrifying person in the world. He can even subvert the world and the lives of hundreds of millions of creatures. She is even more terrifying than a demon. Hearing her sister's question, "Do you mean Senior Zhang Cheng? How could Senior Zhang Cheng be like that?" When her life was in the most dangerous situation, he saved her. Hearing the name Zhang Cheng, Mu Yu Huang felt like falling into an ice cellar. Is that person named Yang Cheng? Sure enough, it's a terrifying name. Seeing Mu Yu Huang's terrified expression, the younger sister thought that her sister was really scared. She also told herself in her heart that Senior Zhang changed her life. She could be slandered, but Zhang Cheng couldn't. Even if Senior Zhang is her own sister, it won't work. He shouted hard, "No matter what you said, I will definitely go to Senior Zhang." Hearing this, Mu Yu Huang was even more angry and really didn't expect that her sister was poisoned to such an extent. If she continues to be tough, I might be with my sister. In order to prevent my sister from being further trapped, He could only quickly improve his strength and then nip his plan in the bud. Thinking of this, he didn't say anything more. Then he turned into a blue light and disappeared, leaving a playful face. And my sister even made a face at me. At this moment, Mu Yunhuang thought in his heart, if he had to choose between the senior and his sister, he would definitely choose to believe in the senior. Meanwhile, on the other side, a few uninvited guests came to Jiang Cheng's door.